Is the sky falling, and is a real estate collapse here in Lancaster County a real possibility? I've got the answer for you coming up in this real estate market update video looking back on the month of November 2022. Hi there, and thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Matt Moore with the Moore Group, a real estate team based right here in the beautiful Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And in this video, I'm going to look back on the month of November of 2022 and look at the raw data, the real information, not the headlines, but what's actually going on here in our county. And it's really to answer the one question, and that is the sky really falling? And well, the short answer is no, it's not. In fact, it's actually continuing to improve for people who own homes here in Lancaster County, and it still remains competitive if you are a home buyer in the Lancaster County area, as our real estate market continues to remain incredibly strong compared to some of the surrounding regions. So let's get at it, right into the data, looking back on the month of November 2022. All right, we've all seen them. It's the headlines that keep saying the real estate market is going to turn around. The real estate market is going to shift to a buyer's market. The collapse is coming. It's not coming. I can tell you that confidently because the data that we have just does not support that notion or that opinion. And if here in Lancaster County, things continue to remain very strong. Meanwhile, some other markets across the United States, which saw a massive ballooning of home values and home value appreciation over the last couple of years, those markets are turning around. But here in Lancaster County, which saw strong growth but not extreme growth, continues to remain strong and weathering the inflationary storm that we are continuing to see here in our country. Don't believe me? That's okay. Keep watching because the data says otherwise. Tell you what, let's start with the Home Demand Index. And what this is our multiple listing service has a showing software which basically keeps tabs and tabulates all of the different showings that are being requested across different areas, zip codes, counties, regions. And what it does then is it compares it to different time periods. So whether that be last month or a year ago at the same time. And for that, it can infer whether or not a certain area is seeing higher demand than normal or lower demand than normal. And in this case, Lancaster County, as you look across the region, is actually the only county here in orange looking back at the November time period, which means that Lancaster County had home demand index that would continue to be strong. Meanwhile, other surrounding counties either were neutral or on the weak side, which is the gray and the blue colors that you see there. And while there's no question interest rates have continued to go up and really remain rather unsettled due to the inflationary currents that we're seeing across our country, while those interest rates have gone up, what has also happened in Lancaster County is that the inventory, the raw number of homes that either are available or have closed, has come down, and in some cases pretty significantly when you compare to some other markets. Let's look at that data here. In 2021, for the month of November, over 500 homes sold. In fact, 531 homes sold to be exact. And at that time, that was considered pretty limited inventory, which was leading to bidding wars, especially combined with the low interest rates. But since then, November of 2022, so this past month that we just saw, only 388 homes sold. So a significant decrease in terms of the number of already limited inventory becomes even more limited with the amount of homes that have overall sold. And now you might be sitting back thinking, well, maybe that's because there were less buyers in the pool because the interest rates went up. And that is certainly the case in some ways. However, when we look at the other piece of data, which is the sale price, it continues to go up, which actually tells me that it's more of an influence of less inventory than it is of higher interest rates. Let's look at those median sale price values. And in 2021, the median sale price in Lancaster County was $267,000. Fast forwarded to this past month, 1 year later, and that is just shy of $300,000 for the median sale price. And again, we use median, not average, when we look back at these numbers in terms of the closings, because of the fact that median is the middle. It's the middle one, middle of the road. It excludes all the higher end listings that sit on the market a little longer and some lower listings, including lots and things like that. So right middle of the road, that number is a good metric, and that number has come down just slightly under the 300,000 mark, but it's still a 10% increase from November of 2021. So even despite the fact that since about June of 2022, we saw interest rates spike up, we are continuing to see home values improve at a very strong rate at 10% from last year at this time. And that still means competition. So now we switch to the average list price to look at what homes are being listed for versus what they are being actually sold for in Lancaster County. And we are seeing that number differ. So average list price in Lancaster County is right around $328,000. But what they are selling for, at least in the month of November, is a little higher than that, about $4,000 or $5,000 more than what they're being listed for. So what that means is while we're not seeing $20,000, $30,000 over asking price, we are still seeing over asking price on an average scale when you take all of the transactions that have happened across Lancaster County. And what that means is that, well, homes are continuing to see competition, especially good homes in good neighborhoods. Hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt this video, but I just want to ask you this one favor, and that is if you're watching this video and you're getting a lot of information out of it, I'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel here and go ahead and like this video. Give the thumbs up on it and then leave us a comment too. And what that does is it helps the YouTube algorithm out. It helps expand our reach to reach more people, helping more people learn about this great market and what's going on in our real estate world. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You can find that little button on a desktop down there in the corner of the screen. And if not, you can find it on mobile as well. So in all of this data, basically what this boils down to are the takeaways and what this means for us here as we're looking at the month of November. The national headlines are screaming red flag and alarm bells and all sorts of crazy things that might put you in a place where you're sitting there going, why would I list my house with so much economic uncertainty? Well, I'm here to tell you that actually we're not seeing that here on the micro scale here in Lancaster County. In fact, things still remain very, very competitive, and it's still a great market to be a home seller in with limited inventory, between 1 and 2 months of inventory, meaning that if no other homes came on the market, it would take about that long to clear out the existing inventory that we do have online. Now, as we go through time, though, more inventory is going to come on. November to December is typically the slowest time of the year in terms of real estate transactions here in Lancaster County. But what that means for you as a seller is that you'll probably get the most amount of eyeballs on your house because there's still buyers out there. There's no question about that. It's just that there's not a whole lot of homes to choose from. So homes are still getting a lot of attention here in Lancaster County, and homes are still in competitive situations in many cases. The second takeaway is that for home buyers, while yes, it's still competitive, it's not as competitive as it has been. We're not seeing 15, 20, 25 or more offers on every single listing, even if it's a home that is in disrepair. We're no longer seeing that. We're seeing a little bit more of some level-headedness, some reality checks coming back to the real estate market, but it is still competitive in many cases. Most of our buyers are still competing for homes here in Lancaster County. And thankfully, we're getting a lot of them under contract with some of these creative ways that we can construct offers. But the idea is that if you're a home buyer thinking about getting into the buying side of things here in Lancaster County, be prepared for competition. And of course, make sure you get connected with a real estate agent that understands the market and what it takes to succeed as a home buyer in this crazy real estate market we still have. So to summarize both sides, it's really just that there's a slight shift more towards reality. The last couple of years has been so atypical, and it's actually been pretty unhealthy for the real estate market in general, as ballooning of home values usually, what does what with a balloon? They pop, right? We don't want that. We want things to continue to steadily grow at a healthy rate without going exponential. And so for that reason, because we're seeing a little bit more reality coming back to the market, we're not seeing things quite ballooning as much, which is a good thing. But at the same time, the home market still remains strong for sellers and is a little easier for buyers than it has been. Just in the last week or so, interest rates have come down as well. So affordability factor has actually led to some slightly lower monthly mortgage payments. And of course, we're recording this video in the first week of December. That could totally change later in December, to be determined. But again, some reality checks coming back to the market. And I think if you're a home buyer, you need to look back at the numbers and see what's going on right now. And interest rates, while they've been crazy wild and they've been high in the last couple of months, they're actually lower now. And so you may want to run those numbers again to see what it means for you to buy a house. Of course, in any case, whether you're selling or buying, it all comes down to trusting the right real estate professional who can help navigate you through this real estate market. And on the sell side, that is a team that can absolutely get the most amount of eyeballs on your home from a social media perspective, from video marketing, all sorts of great things that we do here with the More Group to feature your home and create a frenzy around every home that we list. And for home buyers, that means getting in touch with a real estate team that gets the market, that knows how to write those creative offers that help people win competitions if you do face that. But again, if you're not in a competition, there's no need to do all of those crazy things. And we've got ways that we can protect you as a home buyer in situations where you're not in competitions. All right, thank you so much again for watching this video. Don't forget to like our channel, subscribe to our channel. We're doing videos all about Lancaster County and Lancaster itself and talking about what a great place this is to live in. Of course, these monthly market updates too, so you want to get more on that. So hit that subscribe button. A little alarm bell will alert you when new videos do arrive. Like this video, comment on it, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to see that. We'd love to get in contact with you and communicate with you. And of course, if you want to reach out to us and learn about what we have to offer, I invite you first to check out our website, themoregroup.lancaster.com. That is where we have a ton of resources for buyers and sellers, so you can learn all different things, all about the home buying and selling process without necessarily having to take the step of reaching out. But if you did want to reach out, we welcome that as well. Put our information up here on the screen. You can call, text, email, it doesn't matter. We are here for you. Our team is standing by to help answer your questions and, of course, facilitate anything that you need on the real estate side of things. Thanks again for watching. Until next month, we'll talk soon.